The average intermediate lifter deadlifts 1.5 times body weight. These three lifters all deadlift over 3 times body weight. They are ranked top 1% out of all the submissions to strengthlevel.com. And after coaching these lifters for 6+ months, I am going to show you the 3 training methods to blow up your deadlift. How do deadlift specialists develop such perfect technique? Not every deadlift specialist started off with such perfect form. And what is going through their mind as they lift? Let me tell you a story. I've been a deadlift specialist for a very long time. I broke a national record back in 2021. How I would cue myself was very different to how I was cueing myself 3 or 4 months ago. I had forgotten a very important lesson. The past 3 to 4 months, all my deadlifts have been feeling like shit. I couldn't set up properly. I couldn't get my lats ready. I was constantly trying to find new cues. And then one day I said, let me just pick it up. I'm just going to set my stance and pick it up. And you know what happened? Absolutely shocked me. The deadlift felt the best it has ever felt. This doesn't make any sense. Aren't we supposed to set the deadlift up in the correct way, pull the slack, set your brace, think about the quads, all these things we're getting told to think about, yet the one thing was just not thinking about deadlifting. And ever since then, I actively cue to myself to not think about picking up the deadlift. I was recently on a podcast with Joel, and we spoke about some research which showed that if you focus too much internally and give yourself too many cues, your body turns off its ability to auto-regulate and set up and produce the most force. Meaning, these 3 to 4 to 5 to 7 things I was thinking about is stopping my body from producing the most force it could. After speaking with Will and Hayden and Jimmy, they all find themselves cueing internally by not thinking about the deadlift. When Will pulled 280 kilos at States a couple weeks ago, he told me he does not cue himself. He just sets up and then picks it up. Simple. Now let's talk about effective training. Think about your training like a pyramid. At the top of the pyramid, we have our main movements. We have the base of what a training program looks like. And right at the bottom, the base, the fundamentals of the pyramid, we have our accessories. These are muscle building movements. These are positional movements. These are the fundamental pillars of strength training. You need accessories to eventually reach your highest points. I'll give you an example. Every single one of these lifters have RDLs, Romanian deadlifts. And I can prove to you that as their RDL goes up, so does their deadlift. Romanian deadlift is huge at building their backs, at building their hamstrings, at building their glutes, all prime moves of the movement. And so yet people continually skip their accessories, not build the muscle, and end up falling behind. Fundamentally, if you get bigger glutes, bigger back, bigger hamstrings, and bigger quads, your deadlift will go up. And so yes, top sets, triples, all that stuff is fantastic. Don't skip your accessories. It is gold. The top level lifters are not skipping their accessories. This last point is going to shock you. If your main exposure to these deadlift specialists is on Instagram, then you're going to be shocked by how they actually train. Every single lifter is posting their 1 rep max. They're always posting their heavy singles, their epic lifts. And now the question is, do they always do that? Is what they post on Instagram what's getting them the strongest they can? I do not give them heavy singles year round because it doesn't work. If you consider every set you do grows you somehow, it either makes you stronger or gets you bigger, but you also get fatigued from that. I don't know about you, but if you wake up after a heavy leg session, you don't feel like waking up. You feel like you got hit by a bus. That is fatigue. But we also produce stimulus. And so to optimally train, to maximize your strength training, we want the most stimulus and the least fatigue. This is called the stimulus to fatigue ratio. And so true high performance deadlift specialists are not doing heavy singles year round. They're spending their time in sets of 3, in sets of 4, in sets of 5, and even 6 or 8. And only once the competition time comes closing in do we start ramping up heavy singles. Someone who has given themselves less stimulus, less volume in a year is going to be much weaker than someone who didn't. And if we run singles heavy year round, we take away from that stimulus because we just can't do more work. If we go back to this pyramid, right at the top is heavy singles. That is the cherry on top. It is not the base of the pyramid. Don't forget that. If you made it this far into the video, you're clearly invested in building your strength. Guess what? Don't leave just yet because I have something very exciting for you. If you go to the top link in the description, I am offering you a free 45-minute deep dive breakdown into your training, into your nutrition habits, and into your recovery protocol. And did I mention this is absolutely free? And bonus, you have an opportunity to potentially come onto this channel as a guest, and so we can showcase other people how to improve their own training. If that interests you, click the top link in the description, book a time, I will get in contact with you and we can chat from there. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Make sure you subscribe because we want to make more content like this. And so if you subscribe, that tells me that you like this content. Catch you guys later.